Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy and he scored a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's much better at talking about big dreams than actually making them happen. While he comes across as smart and organized, his lack of drive to work hard holds him back. When faced with challenges, he may get upset or blame others rather than push through.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When problems show up at work, he's likely to get upset and may have strong emotional reactions, sometimes anger, sometimes withdrawal. He might raise his voice or show frustration instead of calmly solving things. Instead of bouncing back quickly, he tends to stew over mistakes and can lose motivation for a while.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
He usually speaks politely to people and tries to show kindness, which can help others like him at first. But when things don't go his way, he might quickly lose his temper or get into arguments. His mood can change sharply, and coworkers may feel unsure about how he'll react.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
He may say warm words and act happy for you, but deep down, your career success could make him uneasy. He has a habit of second guessing himself and might feel threatened if you do better, especially since he isn't working very hard himself. So, while he wants to be proud, insecurity can creep in, and you'll need to watch for that.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, if you earn more than him, there's a good chance he will feel insecure and quietly resentful, even if he tries to hide it behind polite words. He may act distant or get moody, sometimes turning small things into bigger arguments. Instead of celebrating your success, he might feel left out and worry about his own worth.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He tends to be careful and organized with money, making sure bills are paid and things are in order. He's not likely to spend wildly or make risky choices with his finances. You'll probably see him sticking to budgets and keeping track of what comes in and goes out.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He is likely to live within his means and avoid putting on a show or pretending to be richer than he really is. He prefers things to be organized and planned, so he doesn't usually take on debts or buy things just to impress others. You won't find him boasting about expensive stuff or trying to keep up with people who have more.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He has a kind heart and usually tries to be gentle and polite with people, likely showing generosity in small ways like sharing food or helping out when he can. But when it comes to money, he tends to be careful and prefers not to spend quickly. He isn't stingy, but he watches his budget and thinks twice before giving or spending.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He prefers to keep things clear and organized, so he's likely to be open and honest about money matters. You can expect straightforward answers if you ask him about his spending or savings. If something worries him, he'll tell you rather than hide it.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He believes things at home should be planned and managed well. So he sees housework as something that should be shared, not just your job. If something needs to be done, he'll want to talk together about who does what and make sure the home runs smoothly. You'll find him willing to split chores so both of you feel comfortable and respected.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's not the type to just sit back and watch. You can expect him to actually pitch in and do his share of chores, including changing diapers and cleaning up. He likes things to be neat and organized, so he won't leave all the work to you or just supervise from a distance. So you can count on him to be a real teammate, not just a bossy helper.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He truly wants to be caring and polite, so he will listen and try to understand your side most of the time. But when emotions run high, he can get stubborn and start arguing just to prove his point. So you'll see both sides, sometimes understanding, sometimes wanting to win the argument.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he struggles to control his emotions and might say things that are sharp or hurtful. Sometimes he can argue loudly or act in ways that feel aggressive, not keeping the gentle tone you'd hope for. He isn't trying to harm, but anger gets the best of him, and respect can slip away in that moment.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he does get angry quickly and can find it tough to control his feelings when things frustrate him. This is a serious warning sign, especially if his anger leads to hurtful words, shouting, or tense moments at home. Think honestly about how safe and peaceful you want your life to be.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He has a hard time admitting when he's wrong, especially during emotional moments. Often, instead of saying sorry, he might blame you or find reasons outside himself for what went wrong. He could go silent, withdraw, or argue his side instead of owning up to mistakes.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He tries to be polite and caring, so in most cases, he will respect your boundaries and understand when you say no. However, when emotions run high or he feels upset, he might push back or argue, not fully accepting your decision right away. If you are firm and clear, he will eventually listen, especially after things calm down. It's very important to stand strong for your limits and watch if his respect truly matches his words.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of calmly accepting your feelings, he may get moody, upset, or withdraw for a while. Sometimes he could make quiet comments about feeling rejected or act distant to show he's hurt.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You can trust him to handle private moments with care. He isn't likely to share your secrets or use them to embarrass you later. He believes in treating others kindly and with respect even when he's upset. You should feel safe confiding in him as he understands the importance of trust in a close relationship.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is not someone who easily gets distracted by other women. He values care and loyalty. So once he's committed, he's likely to stay true to you. His focus is on building a safe and supportive partnership. So faithfulness is important to him.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he can be over possessive at times, especially when his emotions are running high. He may act jealous, ask too many questions, or want to know where you are and who you're talking to. If you start feeling suffocated or constantly watched, don't brush it off.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what might look like being protective can often be a sign of a controlling personality. He may say he's keeping you safe, but really it's about wanting things his own way and having a tight grip over your choices. This is not true care, it's control hiding behind gentle words.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He's likely to see parenting as something you should both share, not just your job alone. He prefers things to be well planned and balanced, so you can expect him to talk about routines, split tasks, and help with decisions. If you set clear expectations and work together, he'll join in and do his part for the kids.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids make mistakes or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper rather than stay calm. He can get frustrated quickly and might raise his voice or show anger before thinking things through. Sometimes this reaction can make kids feel scared or worried instead of comforted.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He will try to support you as both a mother and your own person, especially when things are going smoothly. He wants the family to be well managed and values kindness, so he'll respect your choices most of the time. Sometimes he could get moody or argue if your goals seem to clash with family plans.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he could be the kind of man who supports your career at first, but then expects you to step back or quit once you have a child. While he may encourage your work and achievements in the beginning, his need for control and strong ideas about order might make him push for traditional roles after becoming a parent. If he feels stress or insecurity, he may become moody or argue that family should always come first, even if that means sacrificing your dreams.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to act very polite and respectful towards your parents, always greeting them properly and following good manners. However, his warmth may not go much deeper than what's expected on the surface. He will be careful not to offend them, but might not truly open his heart or try to build strong, loving bonds. He will make an effort to adjust to your family, showing politeness and trying to fit in with their routines and habits.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or gets too involved, he is likely to lose his temper and make things worse. Instead of staying calm and talking things through, he may react with frustration, raising his voice, saying sharp things, or pulling away for a while. This can lead to bigger arguments and more tension at home.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might be modern and open minded with you in private, but expects you to behave like a traditional supportive wife when his relatives are around. He likes order and keeping up appearances. So, in front of family, he may want you to follow customs, dress modestly, or act in ways that fit their expectations, even if that's different from your usual self. You could feel caught between two worlds, one at home and one for relatives.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
When there's tension, he may not always jump in to fully support you. Sometimes he'll try to stay out of it, hoping things will settle on their own. If the situation feels risky or affects family order, he may quietly take their side or suggest you adjust for peace. However, if you talk privately, he'll usually hear you out and help behind the scenes.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He does show signs of being a mummy's boy, meaning he's likely very close to his mother and may put her feelings and wishes first, especially in conflicts. When there's a disagreement between you and his mother, he's likely to feel torn but may lean towards supporting her to keep family peace. This can leave you feeling alone or less important during family troubles.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he may share details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister, especially when he feels stressed or unsure about what to do. This means your personal issues might not stay just between you two, and you could end up feeling exposed or judged. This habit can hurt trust and make it hard to solve problems as a couple.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So that's the story. This guy scores a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short of the standard we would want. Being with him day in and day out means living with a mix of warmth, routine, and strong emotions. He tries to keep life organized and caring, but can quickly get moody or angry if things don't go as planned.